everyone, it is Erica back on the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel, and today we are going to play with the Lavender Whimsy Meraki motifs. Yes, we are. So this set was just released last week, and it is a beautiful one, and it does have a coordinating die cut, which I love. Love, love, love that. So yes, very excited. And this was the first time I was ink blending with this, and I thought I would try something different. So I don't usually ink blend with Distress Oxides on layering stencils, but I thought I'd give it a go. So we are first of all going to obviously get our stencils out, because that is key one, or step one. It's kind of key to be able to use your product. So I'm using a piece of cardstock that is 6 inches at the bottom, so it perfectly lines up with the stencil itself. So if you just get the corners perfect, you don't have to worry about anything else. So if you wanted to use a smaller cardstock piece, you can just use the normal kind of A2 size, the 5.5 by 4.25. It actually does have markings on the stencil, so you can easily line that up as well. So you can see here on my first layer, I have used shaded lilac, and then I'm going in with a little bit of wilted violet. My goodness, that was so difficult for me to say. And the reason for this is just so that I can add in another kind of element of depth and dimension to one layer, if that makes sense. Yes. So you will see what I mean once we kind of get a little bit more into it. So it just adds a little something. I mean, just now you can kind of see that it's a little bit more 3D than you would expect. So with the cardstock being 6 inches at the bottom, it is super, super, super easy to line it up. So if you are brand new to ink blending, I actually would recommend doing this, because otherwise it can be a little bit intimidating to try to use the markings, and getting everything in place. So don't stress, just make it simple for yourself if you are brand new to this. And sometimes, like if you're in a hurry and you just need to make loads, just use, cut them to 6 inches at the bottom and you are like off to the races. So in here for our second layer, we are going with wilted violet, and then we're going to go in with a little bit of Villainous potion. So again, just to, the reason we're adding 2 colors on each layer is just to kind of add in that little bit of extra detail. So obviously on our third layer, I say obviously, I don't know if it's obvious, but we are only going to be using Villainous potion. If you wanted even more depth, you could go in with, like, I would say a touch, teeny tiny touch of like black soot or something, or another dark, really, really dark color. I don't know which one is more dark in the purple family. Maybe, I don't think Seedless Preserve would be like the right choice, but I know when I say black soot, people are probably gonna go, oh no. But if you just add a really light touch of it, it doesn't go black, it just kind of deepens the color that you're mixing it with. So I have actually masked off the little stem with a piece of cardstock. Or actually, this is just paper. I don't know why I said cardstock. I'm not being super fancy, I promise. And I'm using a teeny tiny little brush just to add in a bit of, I think this was Vintage Photo for that stem there. And I think it really, really worked. Yes, actually. And then for the leaves, I originally thought maybe I was going to use kind of like pink and gloss shadow and kind of make it like really sort of, not supernatural, that's the wrong word. But then I thought, maybe we'll go a little bit more towards the leafy kind of color family, and we'll go greenish with Salvage Patina and Cracked Pistachio. And here again, I am experimenting. Yes. So I've gone in quite heavy with Salvage Patina at the top, and then kind of gone softer towards the bottom. And then I've gone in with Cracked Pistachio at the top to kind of frame it a little bit. And then for our final layer, what we're going to do is we're going to go in really heavy with Salvage Patina at the top. And then we're going to do Cracked Pistachio at the bottom. So the colors are kind of opposites. And then I didn't think that it was kind of enough detail. So I've gone in with a little bit more of this like Vintage Photo just at the top of the leaves to kind of see if that would help kind of deepen the color a little bit. And it kind of did the trick. At least it looked like it when I just took the stencil off. And this is the reason why I don't use Distress Oxide for layering stencils, because they do tend to kind of fade and settle. So, but with the coordinating die cut, it is a super duper easy job to cut that out. And then I have 2 panels done with the Diamond Dazzle motif hot foil plate. I'm completely and utterly obsessed with this hot foil plate, and I made so many backgrounds. And I did make these off camera because I was on a roll, and I just kind of making more and more and more. And then, you know, eventually a girl's got to use up what she's got, right? So I'm cutting these down, and as you see, or you could see maybe, I had one on white cardstock and one on black cardstock. And again, I wasn't quite sure which one I was going to use, but the black really kind of added that drama that I only want on a card. I don't want drama in real life, but on a card, I really do like a bit of drama. So yes, we're going to go with the black one, and then we're going to add foam tape to the back of this to raise it up, because I do also like some depth and dimension on my cards. Oh yes. So we're gonna add quite a lot of foam tape to make sure that this doesn't sag in the middle. And if you are worried about your image sort of sagging and you really don't want that, but you don't have foam tape, you could always stack it with 2 or 3 pieces of cardstock. So there are ways of doing this that doesn't involve foam tape if you have a love-hate relationship with it. So this particular one is it's a little bit tricky to get some of the backing off, and yeah, I can't do it with my fingernails. I have to use like little tweezers to kind of like really get in there and get the backing off. So it's a little bit time consuming, and I think I probably would have saved a bit of time by adding just a couple of die cut pieces. But it looks fabulous, and now it's time for bling-a-ling. So we're going to use a little bit of Fern and also some Orchid Dew Drops. So these are grammar, Erica, come on now. So these are the limited edition Meraki Sparkles. Yes. So if you haven't already grabbed these, I really cannot recommend you enough to go and grab these, especially the Aurora clear ones. They are just so fabulous. And once these are gone, they're gone. So, you know, that's it. You know, no more chances. So these for the leaves, I've used the Fern, and I kind of gone in like, I feel like I could have gone more, but I am trying to limit myself a little bit because not everyone likes as much bling-a-ling as I do. But I'm hoping that for those of you who don't know how to add as much as I do, you can live a little bit vicariously through me. So there is that. You know, I'm doing it for you guys, for sure, not for me. It is a team effort after all, isn't it? So with the last of these glued down, I am gonna, you know, obviously I do need to add a sentiment. So I have a pre-made one already that says thank you for being here. Oh, thank you for being here. And I'm just gonna glue this down right at the top of my card because I did forget to kind of check where it was gonna go before I added all the bling-a-ling. So I didn't have that many places where I could actually put it, but I still think it works. So that is it for this card. I really hope you've enjoyed my little experiment. I would probably suggest that you use a slightly more contrasting color if you want to do the same kind of technique on the leaves as I did here. But that's the only thing I would say that kind of went maybe a little bit wrong with this experiment. Now, don't forget to subscribe to the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon again. Thanks for stopping by today.